Good evening, Gooners. Welcome to In the North Bank. This is Matchday preview show, and I am live in Finsbury Park, waiting for the game. So yeah, quite buzzing. In all honesty, it's been a top kind of 10 days. Obviously, you look at the last 2-3 games. Obviously, certainly the 2 draws after Anfield, and it was very disappointing. Obviously, it's where we were and where we are now, and expectations are a little bit different now because it isn't in our hands. The title. We have to rely on City dropping some points. So, yeah, it's going to be an interesting one today. But yeah, join us after this. Yep. So another North London derby. I'm standing kind of outside Finsbury Park Station now. It's getting busier with the work traffic and the Gooners arriving into the area. And look, Arsenal Chelsea always a massive game in any form. Obviously, historically, through the last few years, they've been on a big high, which obviously down to the Roman era, and just having that nice little bit of luck you need with a bit of money, and look, they've come into this season and they've really shot themselves in the foot. Obviously, the issues with Abramovich going and Tom Bowley. It seems an age away since Rome sold the club. But Tom Bowley coming in and just being a car crash, in all honesty. Just the scattergun approach. At least with Roman, you probably think there was probably a plan in place. Certainly with a manager there to get his targets. But this current state of the Chelsea team is poor. You look at the signings, you look at the managerial changes. Frank Lampard back again, and it's I don't know where they actually think they're going. In all honesty, so we're definitely in need of some much needed confidence. I think that's something that obviously the team's got to suddenly deal with. Obviously, the result on Wednesday was not great, and you can potentially take a couple of positives from it. But yeah, overall we didn't reach the 100% top of our game, which if you don't do that, you're not going to win any football match, let alone away at City. So yeah, I'm hopeful that we're going to get a good result tonight. Always a buzz in the air when you come to the Emirates, and I'm hoping that the crowd still sticks by the team, because I've heard some crazy stuff from Wednesday, and we question loyalty and the fans, and we know it's a big disappointment the last few games, but we've still got to get behind these group of boys and push them on for as high as they can go, because they need us, and we as fans owe it to them as well, because they've given us our best shot in recent times to go this far. So I think about it, and I just want there to be everyone 100% behind the team, and I'm looking at apparently loads and loads of tickets going on sale via the ticket exchange, which kind of makes me think that people have just kind of lost a little bit of jazz for it, and just not really wanted to do it. And just because we're not likely to kind of do it, then they're getting rid of the tickets again. And this is where I find it quite a shame, because there's thousands and thousands of fans that want to be in that stadium, and they're not, because obviously people have obviously got those tickets. But when they're kind of just choosing potentially now when to come and actually go to the games, then it makes it a bit of a mockery on that side. So yeah, I just hope there is still a fully behind them crowd at the Emirates to push us on. But I don't think it's everyone. But as I say, we have to get behind them. We have to go through these next 5 games. So where do we go? What do we put in front of Chelsea? I don't think that there's going to be a huge difference in what we've put out. I don't think there's going to be too many changes. Part of me says that I'd like to see Tierney come in and just kind of give Zinchenko a kind of slot on the bench, because it could be that he comes in and shores it up in the latter parts when we need a bit of control, maybe in the game. But if we can obviously create width with Kieran Tierney, but again, I just when I see KT coming in, that's what I expect of him, because that's his strength. But I just don't think that Arteta wants to deviate away from his way of playing, and that is the inverted play. And if he doesn't do that, then KT's got to try and adapt and try and play the best he can. But I feel we do miss something when he does tuck in, because he has got a lot of pace and drive to get forward. So and obviously getting some crosses in. Not that we really need crosses as a team, because like I say, finishing wise, we're not really a tall team. So yeah, we'd probably need quite a few crosses to kind of get any kind of real desired effect from it. So yeah, I can see Tierney coming in and doing the job. But look, Chelsea are going to be up for the game, and we know that they've been struggling. They're on some torrid form, and yeah, no London derby is easy, but we are Arsenal, and we've just got to get the job done. Let's say 5 games remaining, and it's got to be 5 points. It's got to be a perfect 5 to stand any chance of even pushing City, just to make it close on that side, because there will be twists and turns across both teams, and we've just got to stay in there for as long as possible to potentially pick up on any slip-ups. So yeah, it's going to be really important today. What side Chelsea put out, it's baffles me. Do you know what I mean? They've got so many signings that have come in. Sterling, if he gets on the ball and he starts running at us, then he could potentially exploit some space behind us. But look, I've said it for two games now, 2, 3, 4 games. We've got to make ourselves harder to beat. We've got to be able to start doing the simple things and making sure that we are solid as a group, and not conceding silly goals, because look at all the amount of goals that we've conceded recently. Yeah, it's crazy, and the goals that have been conceded through individual errors and bad decisions, then it's really telling. And look, every game is hard to win in the Premier League, certainly when you're going for titles, and certainly when you're in this kind of stage of the game where everyone's fighting for points. There can be relegation teams. Games are tight, they're niggly, and we are there just giving chances away, giving goals away early on. It doesn't help us. So, yeah, it's just not good. And we've got to get those clean sheets again, because it's what matters. And obviously, certainly a long way to winning the game. So, yeah, I'd like to hear your thoughts on certainly your team lineups, starting lineups, and get your predictions in for today. So, yeah, let us know your thoughts. As I say, I'm literally live, just standing on my phone, doing this impromptu one, but that's mainly because the time between the shows have been so crazy. I was at the women's game yesterday, and that was an amazing game as well. I have to touch on that because, yeah, 60,000 fans in the Emirates watching the women play Wolfsburg, and it was a tough game. So they played us in the 2013 semi-final of the Champions League, so it's quite fitting that we played them again this time round. But yeah, it was nice to see two kind of real kind of like old heads in that kind of market, because look, Arsenal have been around with the women for a long time. I remember from being young and seeing the women come out with their trophies, with like back in the Highbury days, and look, we've been championing it for a long time. It's only recently that the mega clubs have come in, or the mega money people have come in to try and jump on the bandwagon, and we've always been there. But as I say, people just the clubs are just seeing it as now a cash cow potentially. Obviously, there's a big drive for women's game, and it isn't obviously just about money as well. It's creating opportunity, and with that comes financial rewards, the extra sponsorships and stuff. So the women's game is certainly blown up, and I'd say in the next 5 years, what there's no ceiling to it all. But that game yesterday was absolute carnage. I think from the point of us going ahead to them equalising, and then a penalty decision, VAR kind of delays, and it was just crazy. And for us to go 2-1 down as well, and the girls had to dig in. I have a real nasty injury to Veenhurst, I think her name was, but it wasn't. It did not look good, and hopefully it's not another knee injury, because that make 3 or 4, I think. So hopefully not cruciate, because look, that's any group, male or female. You take 4 main players out of that team, and they're gonna struggle for fluidity and quality as well. Who to bring on the bench, but to get to extra time, unbelievable. So they've done really well, and then to lose it the way they did, and it's one of those where you just wish the game would not end that way. Certainly a semi-final with almost the last kick of the game. It was the last minute of extra time, and the multitude of feelings that probably go through a player's head when they're in kind of a situation where they're just outside their box and they're thinking, right, can I keep the ball? Can I dribble the ball out away from the player? As opposed to, let's just move the ball forward and just keep it down the flank. Moy tried, and she just got caught. She tried to come inside and just got pickpocketed with the ball. Lost the duel, and we kind of shut off at the back post when the cross come in, and we didn't follow the runner, and that was it. And yeah, 3-2 loss, and yeah, just deflated the stadium massively. But I think everyone appreciated that desire, that commitment from the ladies. And look, we question about the quality of the women's game, but I don't think you can. Now, I think certainly in parts there's still some things that obviously will improve over time, just like there has been over the last 10 years. Obviously, it's massive, the change. So the upturn from another 5 years, another 10 years, it's unreal. Yeah, there's some fantastic play on offer from both sides. Wolfsburg are a really good team. They do pass the ball around very well, and pleasure to watch. Pleasure to take my young boys to the game. And look, it was a packed stadium, and yeah, so nearly had the right result. Even more drama. Could have been a penalty shootout. So yeah, disappointed, but well done the ladies. And yeah, heads up and go again next year. But yeah, again on to tonight. Yeah, we've got to get the 3 points. I can't see any other way away from an Arsenal win. I think we've got enough there. We've got enough oil in the tank, and I certainly think that we've got enough desire to kind of right the wrongs of certainly the last 3 games. And yeah, if we keep it tight, we keep it well balanced, then we'll get the job done. But the main thing is taking hold of that midfield again, and making sure that Enzo Fernandez just doesn't really stay on the ball. But yeah, get the tempo flowing, and we'll do some good things. But the main thing is just playing our game. And I said in a couple of messages, if we turn up, we start playing with a smile on our face again, as a squad, as a team, we'll get the results. And yeah, I feel like maybe it's a couple of those games, the last couple of games, certainly that smile was nowhere to be found. Certainly at the Etihad. Yeah, well, literally, if you're not playing at your game, you are going to struggle. But yeah, onwards and upwards. But we all have bad games. We'll all have those little dips, and it's how you get back up on them. And there hasn't been many, and this is why I don't really get the real overreaction of where we are. I know it's huge disappointment because of where we are, how long we've been here, but we know it's not like we've played unbelievably well and we've gone 18, 19 points clear. If we weren't there and we weren't challenging for second place or being top, yeah, if we were actually at the level of where we should have been for, say, like last season, we'd have had maybe say like 15, 18 points away from Man City, and the season would have been dull and done. And that's why I say we've done so well. So let's keep the positivity, let's keep it going, and support the boys, because I love my club. And look, I've talked for 20 minutes now outside. I'm going to go and have a pint. I'm going to go and enjoy it. And yeah, let's get on with not North London derby, but it is a London derby, and a big one. So get behind the lads, everyone. But come on, you Gunners. See you later.